So, I'm going to share my story. Um, my name's Erin. I'm 20 years old. Um, I really want to just tell you my life, how God has changed my life and how He has worked in my life and the people He's blessed me with, the people that He sent to me and that I just don't deserve. I don't deserve His grace. I just don't. Um, First, I'm going to start off with I was born in Franklin, Tennessee, in a hospital out there. I don't know what it's called. My mom is Carol Milner, and my dad is Thomas Milner. I love them so much, and if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be where I was today, or where I am today. Um, I'm so thankful for them. Um, I don't know where to start, but I I always knew there was a God. I always knew there was something bigger and higher and greater than everything else. Like, there had to be something that created the sky, the stars, the earth, the grass, the colors, that that tree that's always in your way. I mean, that that person sitting next to you. I mean, how do you think they got here? Like, the person that you love so much, how do you think they got here? It had to be God. Like, God, He's just, He loves us. I don't get it, but I love it. It warms my heart to know that someone loves me unconditionally for who I am and for my flaws and everything else, my failures. Like, He forgives me, He loves me. Um, I I used to go to this church with my mom, and I didn't I didn't know what we were doing. I mean, I knew it was church, and I knew we sang songs, and we just I didn't get it. Like, I think it was a girl preacher, and it was just weird to me, and I didn't really enjoy it, and it was a long way away, so that was a bother for us. It was over by Natural Shores, I think. Um, and then we stopped going, and we didn't go to church for a long time, and I think when I was around 10 years old, um, my mom and I started going to First United Methodist Church in Laverne. Um, and I started making friends and getting to know people and getting plugged in, and um, I I got I got saved. I guess. I mean, I don't really remember, but I got baptized, and they did the sprinkling, and I didn't really completely get it, um, what I was doing and why I was doing it. I knew it was a big deal, and I wanted to know more. So the pastor there, his name was Tommy, and he gave me this Bible, and I started reading it and looking at it, and I was just confused. I didn't really understand it. But and then I stopped going. We stopped going to that church too. I'm not sure. I think it was because they changed pastors, and we didn't really like that, so we stopped going. Um, uh, so next to that, I was in middle school. I would go to youth group every now and then with my friend Ashley Gallog, um, and not just her, with other people also, and it was Rock Springs Church. Um, I really enjoyed that youth group, and um, I would go every now and then, and I didn't really like go all the time. I was a crazy kid. I I was a hoodlum, as some people would say. I was just crazy. Um, and then I entered high school, and I would still go to youth group every now and then, and also in high school, like, it was just a bad time for me. Like, I was hanging out with the wrong people. I would skip class and do stupid stuff, like it was just not me. Like, I knew this wasn't me, and I knew I was better than that, and that there was something better for me. So, like, for a while, I would, I would every now and then go to youth group and all this stuff. And so my junior year, things started getting weird and just too out of hand, and I didn't like it. And I met the love of my life. His name is Thomas Coltrip. I can't even begin to explain how blessed I am to have this man in my life. He's truly changed me to a better person, and I love him so much. Shortly after I started dating Thomas, a good friend to many people passed away in a car accident. His name was Gabe Brewer. And that was a true eye-opener for me because of Gabe's story, because of his legacy that he left behind, the way he wasn't afraid to share his faith, the way that he did share his faith. It was just fantastic. It was unbelievable, and he was an amazing guy, and he wasn't anywhere near perfect, but he was, I don't know, he was wonderful, and a very good basketball player, and a good friend to many people. So shortly after that, I immediately started getting plugged into youth group, and maybe not immediately, but very soon I got plugged into youth group, started going, and I got Thomas to go with me, and we just kept going, and then we heard about, hey, they're going to something called Winter Extreme in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Let's go. That would be fun. So we decided to go, and the only reason Thomas got to go is because Shelby Craig thought that Thomas was 12. You know, because he's got that baby face. But so we went to this trip, and we had the time of our lives. We had so much fun, and something must have stuck out to us because I rededicated my life to Christ, and Thomas accepted Christ for the first time, which was an amazing experience. Something we did together, and it was fantastic. And shortly after that, January 17th, 2010, Thomas and I got baptized by Shelby Craig. That was also something wonderful that we did together that I will never forget. And then we both started getting plugged in, and we started learning and leading and serving and just being on fire for God, and we fell in love with it. We fell in love with God. I can't even explain it. Like, how do you explain why the sky is blue? I mean, it's wonderful. I'm so thankful for everything and everyone that's been in my life. Let's start with Joby Williams. I'm so thankful for her. She had lunch with me. She paid for my lunch almost every time we went to eat. And she mentored me. She guided me to be a better person, showed me how to lead people, and she's wonderful. Thank you, Joby, for everything. I did this thing with my girls and from youth group called Catchphrase. It was a catchphrase tournament. I held it at my house, and it was just a wonderful way for all of us girls to get together and have a good time and laugh and just be with each other and laugh and cry and everything else. I love those girls with all my heart, and I still do today. Next person I want to thank is Jennifer Craig for just for accepting me for who I am, being patient with me, loving me, and just being her. Like, I adore you, Jennifer. I love you. I look up to you more than you will ever know. I love you to death. Next person I want to thank is Shelby Craig for all of your patience and your mentoring and your friendship. And Jennifer, also thank you for your friendship. Shelby, thank you for guiding Thomas and me in the right direction and getting us right on the right path again. Me and Thomas love you, and Jennifer more than you'll ever know. Thank you. Thank you so much. After that, Shelby had this desire that he wanted to, or not a desire. He was called to plant a church in Walter Hill, Murfreesboro. And we wanted to be a part of it. We wanted to help him plant this church and get this church started. So we helped Shelby start this church, and we are still at One Church. And if you don't have a church to call home, please contact me. I'll give you some information on where One Church is and how you can become part of One Church and just be plugged in. God is so good. He's amazing. His grace is wonderful. He's so forgiving, humble, loving, righteous. I mean, he sent his one and only Son for us, to die for us. Like, it's just crazy to wrap my mind around. I'm scatterbrained anyways, so I can't stick to one thing. But that's my main story, and now I am engaged, and I'm getting married in 5 months. Thomas proposed to me on May 5th, 2012, and I'm getting married April 27th, 2013. And it's going to be a great new chapter of my life, and I'm so excited. Thank you for listening. This is my story, and I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks.